Hello students, welcome to my channel. So the topic for today's discussion is natural vegetation of India. So the first question comes, what is natural vegetation? Natural vegetation refers to the plant community which grows without any human assistance or human aid or help. Now, if we leave the forest undisturbed, untouched for a long period of time, it is known as virgin vegetation. Very less amount of virgin vegetation is left in our country in the inaccessible areas like mountains and deserts. Few facts: around 7 lakh square kilometer area, nearly about 21.67% of area of our country is under forest. Madhya Pradesh has the largest area under forest. 90% of Mizoram state is only covered with forest. 40% of fuel wood energy is received from the forest area. Now, the factors affecting the natural vegetation. The first important factor which affects the natural vegetation is climate, because if the climate varies, then the natural vegetation will also vary from place to place. Now, since India has a different types of climatic condition, for example, in the northern mountains we have alpine type of vegetation. In the western slopes of Western Ghats we have moist deciduous and the wet evergreen forest. So because the climate is different, relief topography is also a very important factor, because in the windward side of the mountain we can have more amount of vegetation because rainfall is more. When the air descends on the other side of the mountain, there the leeward side the vegetation cover is less because it is a rain shadow areas. Next factor is the soil conditions, because the soil differs, then the vegetation will also differ. Like northern mountains will have the mountain soil will have mount alpine forest, desert soil will have desertic forest, and the red soil, laterite soil, alluvial soil can have deciduous and the evergreen forest. So in this way, those factors affect the growth of natural vegetation. Types of vegetation: evergreen, deciduous, dry forest, tidal forest and mountain forest. Evergreen forest, climatic conditions: high temperature, high heavy rainfall and high humidity. Areas: the area which receives more than 200 centimeter of rainfall in our country will have evergreen forest. Characteristics: this are heavy rainfall and high temperature, trees goes up to 60 meter, and it also shows different layering structure in the trees also at the different heights. So you can see in the picture the different heights, the different layering structures of the trees are present. So since these areas are warm, wet throughout the year, important species are present like rosewood, mahogany, ebony, mesa, white cedar, etc. The tropical deciduous forest, two types: moist deciduous. Here the rainfall is moderate, the temperature is high, and the humidity is around 60 to 80%. Areas is found in the eastern slopes of Western Ghats, eastern coastal plain, eastern plateaus, Himalayan foothills. Characteristics: the trees shed their leaves. Now why they shed their leaves? Because in order to survive the winter dry season, so that they can grow in the next foliage season. So and here usually 2 to 3 layered structures of the forest is shown, and it has a dense undergrowth also. Now, important species are salt, teak, sandalwood, ebony, ajoon, mulberry, simul, etc. Dry deciduous forest. Now, dry deciduous forest grows in the area which is 150 centimeter of rainfall, and this is a transition zone between the moist deciduous and the thorn forest. So it lies in between those moist forest deciduous and the this dry forest. Now it is found in eastern Rajasthan, Kathiawar, rain shadow areas of Deccan Plateau, central India and Punjab. Here the characteristic feature: the trees are less than 25 meter in height, and it shed their leaves as soon as the hot dry season begins, and they are more stunned and widely spaced, so that the interspace are filled with the patches of grasses. And this is a vast grassland area, looks like a vast grassland area with the naked trees all around, and during the month of March and May. So this is some of the characteristics of tropical deciduous forest. Now we move on to the tropical dry forest. Now the climatic conditions: very high temperature and the air rainfall is less than 50 to 70 centimeter, and areas: western Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, western Uttar Pradesh, some parts of Saurashtra, Rajasthan, as well as the leeward side of Sahyadri hills. These are found in those areas. Now the characteristic features: like the plants which are found in those areas have long roots, small leaves, stems storing water. Then spines are found to discourage the animals, and the trees grows only up to the height of 6 to 9 meter, and it is of xerophytic type. Plant have their special adaptation because it is xerophytic plants. It has thorns, waxy leaves, and a strong slays, hair on the stalk. So tusky grasses grows up to the height of 2 meter here, and the trees are scattered and have long roots so that they can get moisture underground. Stems are also succulent, which can conserve water. Leaves are mostly thick and small to minimize transpiration or the process of evaporation. Important species: babul, acacia, khair, cocoa, kazur, and bird, neem, palas, etc. are found in those areas. Now, tidal forest, it is also known as littoral or mangrove forest, especially found in the deltaic region. This can survive both in fresh and saline waters. Mangroves are the variety with the roots are submerged under the water, or it is also known as breathing roots. And apart from sundari trees, coconut, keura, agas, screw pine are also found. They are mostly found in the delta region of Sundarban, Mahanadi, and Godavari rivers. Now, mountain forests, two types are there: northern mountains and southern mountains in India. Now, northern mountains, the climate less than 18 centimeter of 18 degrees Celsius temperature, 150 centimeter to 300 centimeter of rainfall, humidity is 55 to 65%. Areas in the Himalayas, characteristics here, the various species are found on the varying altitude, means the height differs, the trees also differs. At the height of 1500 meter we find temperate trees. At the height of 3000 meter we find coniferous trees. At the height of 4000 meter we find only the grasslands, pastures area. At the height of 5000 meter we find tundra type where the mosses and lichens are grown. Above than that we find a permanent snow line. Whereas those variations are not found in the southern mountains. We find uniformity in trees because the mountains are of less altitude compared to the northern mountains. So with this we come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and the remaining part of this chapter will be done in the next video, so stay tuned.